What's going on, my fellow sledheads? Today I'm going to dig into this 1983 Yamaha Bravo. I'm just going to take the carburetor off, give it a good thorough cleaning. I usually do it at the start of the season, but sometimes it gets a little boggy, and that's usually my telltale sign that it needs another cleaning. So stick around, and if you've never cleaned a carburetor before, or if you're hesitant, I know there is a little bit of a fear digging into carburetors if you haven't done it before, but it's really quite simple. These carburetors are probably the easiest to work on. So stick around and I'll show you how to clean a carburetor on a Yamaha Bravo 250. So really all you need is 10 mil, 14 mil, Phillips screwdriver, needle nose pliers. That's pretty well it for now. So all you want to do is loosen off your throttle here, back that out. There's a jam nut right there. So take that all the way out. Slip that through, and then there we go. You just set that aside, and then the same with the oil cable. Take that out. Just set that up there, and then take the choke plunger out. That's for the 14 mil you'll need for that. That just comes out. And then I'll come around over to here, and there's a little clamp on the fuel line here that you gotta just slide down a little bit. Oh, that's still there. Okay. And then you just pull that little line off there. And that's it. And then we've got to just loosen off these those clamps. I just take the one at the front off. There's one at the back right here that just stays on. I don't take this all the way off, I just back it all the way off pretty much. And then yeah, this thing can pretty well come right out. I'm gonna have to set this camera down. Oh, and then you gotta take this a fuel line off there. That's all. So then you just, what you can do, don't take this little spring off, leave that on, but you can slide this carb boot back all the way around. And then you can bring it up. Like I say, it's a little hard to do with one hand here. And there goes that spring on the carb boot. That's all right. You just got to detach this from the fuel line. That's that. I'll get that back on. And our carburetor's off. Have to put this back on real quick. Before I forget, what a pain. Super small. Connect that first. You would think there'd be a hose clamp around this one, but I guess that's all that's needed. Anyways, yeah. Both carb boots can stay on. So I usually have this, I forgot I needed this there. Yeah. When coffee cans were tin, I just cut the bottom half of a coffee can and yeah, just drain the gas into there. So what you're going to want to do next is take these 4 Phillips screws out. And that comes apart like so. I need a cleaner rag here. So you can see there's a tinge of yellow all around here. There's probably some more gunk built up. Nice to clean that out. Just clean that up. I don't bother taking, there's a little seal in there, bottom half of the carb, the float bowl. I don't take that out. Don't want to risk breaking it. Having to order another one. If you can get one, should be able to get one, but never know. Never know anymore. So there's a Phillips screw here. You want to take that out. There's I don't know if you can see that pin going through. That's holding the float. So we'll go ahead and do that. I'll set this camera down here. Yeah, this is super simple. That's it. It comes right off. Now your needle is hanging on the other side there. So I just leave that on. You can take it off, but just know that it's there. So you actually do need a 6mm wrench, and that's to take this this pilot out. I think it's the pilot. No, it's not the pilot. That's I forget what that is. You need a little flat head. Take the jet out. Looks a little gummy. There's your pilot screw. 1 1/4. So I just take that right out. And that's pretty well it. It's that's your carb. Not much to it. So yeah. You want to take this out from the center. And I believe that's your jet. And that hole below it. And then your pilot screws on the other side. Right here. Back, that's your air fuel mixture screw. Or, well, I think it's your idle screw really. Everything's right here. Idle speed, air pilot screw, yeah, 1 1/4 turns out. Yep. So now that you got everything out, just soak it in carb fluid, spray the crap out of it. And then you get to blow it all out. I'll do that real quick. So once you've spray all in there. All in there, get it in all these holes, get in the other side, spray her right down in there. Yeah, and then take your compressed air and just blow into every crevice and hole, and that will that'll help get rid of any crap. Make sure there's no dirt and debris on the end of that needle. And then yeah, just reassemble it. It's super easy. So we'll just reassemble this now. Back in there. You don't want to over tighten these. These are just brass, so just snug them up. And don't lose them. Do not want to lose them. That's that. Then you get your float back in. Make sure that needle goes into that hole. Just like that. And get your screw back in there. There again, just snug it up. Okay. There's your float. And then what you do is you put this back on. Put your 4 screws in. Yeah, this is incredibly easy. I know when I had my Yamaha, I had a 2000 Yamaha SRX 700 with the triple carbs, and a lot of guys were pretty scared to go into those, take those apart and put them back together. I mean, if you don't know what you're doing, you can definitely screw things up. But yeah, all those, the triple carbs, they all got to be synced properly, and it's a little bit more daunting. But there again, the more you do it, it just becomes second nature eventually. So yeah, don't be afraid to dig into carburetors. They really are quite simple. So with the pilot screw, you're just going to go all the way in, bottom out lightly, and then back out 1 1/4 turns. 1 1/4. That's it. Doesn't take long at all. You can, honestly, the longest part about this is probably removing it from the sled and putting it back in. Disassembling the carb and spraying her down, blowing her out, cleaning it up good. I mean, you can do it in like 30 seconds or a minute. Doesn't take long at all. So just take this boot off, this carb boot off. That sits right here before the carb. Take that carb boot off. Just make sure there's a little bit of debris in there. So spray some carb fluid in there in the bottom. Blow it out. Get rid of any crap, because that may end up finding its way into your carburetor and giving you some problems later on down the line. So make sure your carb boot's all cleaned up. So a little trick to get this back in. What you want to do is hook up your fuel line, get your hose clamp on. You've got both boots on. Get it down in here. Come in on this on an angle. Get this get this one on first. That usually just slides right over. And then you can pull right back and slide this over. And then that basically just goes right in. Just like that. That's it. Super simple. And then you can hook up your oil line over here. Okay. Just make sure that's center. There's a little tab here, and then one on the other side. Probably hard to see there. Anyways, pretty straightforward. Yeah, and then you can just hook everything back up. Put your choke cable back in. These little Bravos, they just frickin' run forever. You can't kill them. I mean, it's hard to kill a Yamaha, really. But, yeah. Super, super fun sleds. Kids like them. I mean, they're fun for adults, too. Shop coffee. If you know, you know.